My name is Robin Catania, and I am the 3D lead for the 3D team in the Return of Aetheria project. 3D modeling is incorporating 2D concepts into a 3D model, and it's different from 2D in that you get a stronger idea of depth rather than just 2D images and shading. You can actually see objects behind them and feel more immersed in the world than you would from something that was 2D, like a comic book or a classic cartoon.
We take assets from the 2D art team, so characters, environments, weapons, and bring them into a program like Maya. And using polygonal modeling, we sculpt them out, and then we add in textures and lighting to make them three-dimensionalized versions of what the art team has developed.
So when we're making a 3D model, we start off with the concept art from the artist, the art team. And when we're going through this, we ask that they do orthographic views, which is the perfect front or the perfect side, the perfect back view, so that we can create this in a 3D space. We have to import these images into the program, and from there we can build our model.
What I hope to accomplish with this is that all the students have a really good experience with creating something that's really fantastic. They get to see how projects are done in the real world, and they get to understand what it takes instead of just doing a project in a classroom to do something that is really far-reaching.
I chose to be a part of this project because I thought it was actually really interesting, and I enjoy working on team-based projects. I've worked on numerous team-based projects before, and I've always been excited to be a part of that. I enjoy getting my hands into some sort of digital design thing and just working.
By being a part of this project, I hope to gain some more experience with other aspects of 3D animation. One thing we're working on is video mapping, which is basically being able to project a 3D animation onto a real-life object, making it look like we're manipulating that object real time. Being able to learn something like that was kind of interesting.
Video games have been a passion of mine for a while, and Gen Con has been something that I've gone to for quite a few years. So when I learned that Gen Con and IUPUI were teaming together to make this project that thousands of people could see, I felt like that would be a good opportunity for me to not only use my skills, but also to improve my skills.
I'm working on the environment for the water character, so the underwater scenes. So the idea is that it's Atlantis under the water. So a lot of references to Greek and Roman architecture. And I've also done a little work with the crystal development and testing out some different effects.
The character that I'm working on for Return of Aetheria is the water champion, and I am a prop environmental artist. So it's been a little bit of a challenge since I've not really had much experience working with characters, but I've been really enjoying it.
At the moment I'm currently working on the air character, Aetheria. She's the Egyptian goddess of air, and she has wings and her feet are bird-like, and she kind of resembles a harpy in a way.
I'm modeling the fire character, Akin. He has this really elaborate costume full of feathers and fur and fluff, and it's been a lovely challenge to have to face something as daunting as this character and make him come to life.
The task that I've been working on is creating the environment for the fire champion. He is heavily designed based on the Mayans, and so part of my job was to look at some Mayan architecture references, and since he is a fire champion, I had this idea that he would be able to have the city that was built in a volcano.
I modeled the earth element character, and he has lots of armor. The character looks similar to that of an anime character, which made it quite a challenge to work all those pieces because some of them don't quite work in the real world, and in 3D you're fairly limited to what the real world can do to a certain extent.
The challenges that we've had have spanned from technical difficulties to dealing with trying to incorporate the concept artist's ideas into the creation, because all these characters are stylized very differently. And we want to make it 3D and professional, but we also want to keep the concept artist's style and their personality in their piece as well.
I feel the students are really interested in this project. I think that there's a lot of enthusiasm there. I think that we're starting to get a lot of creativity. There's a lot of interaction. My favorite thing so far with the project has been just all the interaction between the people. I think it's really neat to see all these people come together and all the great ideas that everybody has, and it'll be really interesting to see how everybody works together.